Seeing you in San Tropez on our vacation.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And they're starting off the season playing the 76ers here. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. They're the better team. I mean, they expect to win this matchup. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Robert Covington out there with Carl Landry. Then there's Okafor. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. And it's Smith in at the 5.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Here's Okafor. Here's Landry. And at last they get one to fall. Landry's got the first points of the night for the 76ers. The 3 from Thomas. The shot is off. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Greg, you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns in their first meeting. He took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared them down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
Now Smith, after Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. He had stolen by Sullinger. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Bradley can't get it to go.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Cannon kicks to Covington. Here's Smith. And the shot is long. Celtics have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Thomas goes in. From the arc. And Sullinger kicks to Bradley. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. To the inside, Okafor. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Smith kicks to Okafor. Pass to Cannon. Landry up top. The drive by Smith. Here's Okafor. Sullinger with the rebound.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to talk with Brett Brown for a moment. He knows they've got to really dig in defensively, facing a very talented offense. He said if you let them get going, they can run off a big lead and really put you behind the 8 ball. We've got to be disciplined, work together, and be prepared to make second, third, and fourth efforts. Whatever it takes to get a stop, that's what we'll have to do. Kevin, we'll see if they can get a win in this, their first matchup of the season.
And Doris, thank you as always. And of course, facing an offense like this, you really have to be aware at all times of the weapons they throw at you.
Yeah, and they can light it up when they get it going. It's going to take a top-notch effort defensively to keep them in check.
And you know what? I think they're up for it. I like to hear Coach acknowledging the challenge they're facing. They know what they're in for.
Now Smith, after Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. The jump hook, and it's Okafor getting it to go. Okafor's got his second basket of the night.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Crowder, the pass to Bradley. Crowder dishes to Sullinger. Drains the three-pointer. Here's Cannon. teardrop shot. Okafor kicks to Covington. Picked by Okafor. Covington passes to Okafor. That's tipped.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
You know, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
Here's Covington. Pass to Okafor. He dishes it to Cannon. He feeds it to Smith. Clock at 6. Picked by Okafor. Pass to Cannon from outside the arc. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Cannon's got 5 points so far. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
Boston trailing. Thomas dishes to Crowder. Sullinger passes to Thomas. Johnson, a wide open look, hits the jumper in space. Smith with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Landry with the screen. Covington kicks to Okafor, and that is good.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Thomas gets the bucket.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
The Celtics really seemed to get better as last season wore on, too. GA finished the year looking very dangerous.
Kevin, with the Celtics, they were dynamite after the All-Star break. Had the second best record in the Eastern Conference post-All-Star.
Turner's checked in for Boston. Nerlens Noel checks in for Philadelphia. Okafor against Sullinger. Here's Noel, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Smith with it. Now Thomas defending. The drive by Smith. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jared Sullinger.
You know, one of the big things for the Celtics after the All-Star break was they played smarter. I mean, they went from the middle of the pack in terms of turnovers to a team that rarely made mistakes.
The 76ers shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Yeah, that's a good point about the Celtics and their turnovers. Last year, after the All-Star break, they were 4th in the league in limiting their mistakes. They played well beyond their years down the stretch.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Sullinger. Jerebko comes in for Jay Crowder. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Avery Bradley.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in. Smart dishes to Olynyk. Kicks to Turner. To the left side wing. 6 to shoot. Smart wide open. He fires. Knocks down the 3 ball. Smart's got himself on the board with 3 there. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now here's Embiid. Not a lot of room. Here's Noel. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
So it's Philadelphia now, after Marcus Smart missing on that last 3-pointer. It's deflected.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Thompson, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The 76ers might have dodged having the worst record in the league last season, but they didn't dodge having the worst road record last year, Clark.
They could not dodge that one, Kevin. Just 6 wins on the road, but that was pretty much expected considering the youth and inexperience of this team.
Celtics trail by 5. Thomas kicks to Olynyk. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Grant outside. The feed now to Noel. Banked in off the glass. Noel's got 6 points.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Smart. On the miss, not the best shot selection there.
The only place for shots like that are in shoot-around.
Exactly. I mean, that shot is one he shouldn't even think about taking.
It's hauled in by Thomas. Here's the Celtics with the ball, trailing by 5. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Turner. Last season's performance for him put up about 9 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
And, guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
To the paint, deflects the pass. Olynyk with the steal. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. Count that one. 6 points for Marcus Smart. The 76ers lead. Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
That's a great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
Philadelphia's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. 1:22 left in the first quarter of the game. It's tipped. Thomas outside. And it's Noel with the rebound.
And for Noel, I really think he took off in the back half of the season. Up to scoring, his shooting percentage, and his rebounding. You can see him getting better almost every game. He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
And the foul on Marcus Smart.
And by the end of the season last year, Noel was completely different as a player. Always. He's a defensive force in the league. His development is probably going faster than many expected.
Olynyk with the steal.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Jerebko can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 3. And Turner with the block. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Here's Thompson. Makes it off the glass.
See, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Celtics lead by 1. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Yeah. I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I realize this.
And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs. He talked about the challenge of making that decision.
The only hard part.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks locked in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Smart and Bradley, the guards. Johnson is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Crowder in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
Cannon, foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
Ball stolen. Smith outside. Cannon kicks to Landry. Smith outside. Here's Okafor. Drills the baseline jumper. Okafor's got 10 points. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight. Either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
Smith outside. Feeds it to Cannon. Landry, a screen on Bradley. 5 to shoot. Cannon, the pass to Landry. Shot is off. And the Celtics going the other way now. Bradley with the ball. Now Smith defending for 3. Bradley can't get it to go. 76ers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And it's Smith penetrating. And the jam by Carl Landry.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Cannon kicks to Smith. Dishes it to Cannon. Now the pass to Smith. Passes it to Okafor. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the third straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
And it's clear for the Sixers, the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it.
Cannon kicks to Covington. Here's Cannon, guarded by Bradley. Picked by Okafor. Cannon dishes to Smith. He kicks it to Cannon. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Cannon's got 10 points.
A lot of teams that win a title often have a former #1 pick leading the way, or at least a top 3 NBA draft pick as their leader. So the 76ers are trying a shotgun approach to that, trying to get as many top 3 picks as they can, hoping one turns into the next superstar.
Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Bradley. Busted.